Hello everyone, Rex Nightmare here. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting theory that might connect two famous movie worlds. The world of Jurassic and the world of King Kong, 2005. First of all, we have to talk about the studio behind these legendary movies. Universal Pictures is one of the most iconic studios in film history. It is the legendary studio that presented the entire Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchises. These movies completely changed the way audiences see dinosaurs in cinema. The journey started with the famous movie Jurassic Park, directed by the legendary filmmaker Steven Spielberg. This film introduced the incredible idea that dinosaurs could be brought back to life in the modern world. Scientists discovered dinosaur DNA preserved inside fossilized amber. Using advanced genetic engineering, they managed to reconstruct the DNA and clone real dinosaurs. These prehistoric creatures were then brought into the modern world, placed inside a theme park where people could see living dinosaurs for the first time in history. But bringing dinosaurs into the real world turned out to be far more dangerous than anyone expected. In the story, the responsibility of creating and managing these dinosaurs was given to a powerful biotechnology company known as InGen. InGen scientists were responsible for cloning the dinosaurs and controlling the entire project. As the Jurassic franchise continued to grow larger, the experiments of InGen also became more advanced and more dangerous. Instead of only cloning dinosaurs, scientists started experimenting with their genetics. They began creating hybrids and genetically modified dinosaurs. One famous example of this experiment was the hybrid predator known as Indominus Rex. This creature was not a natural dinosaur at all. It was created by combining the DNA of multiple animals, resulting in a powerful and intelligent super predator. As the story of the Jurassic universe continues to expand, especially in the newer timeline leading toward Jurassic World Rebirth set around 2025, we are introduced to the idea of mutated dinosaurs. These are creatures whose DNA has been heavily modified, creating new forms of prehistoric monsters, like Indominus Rex and Mutadons. Here our theory begins. Many years before these advanced mutations became widely known, another mysterious prehistoric world appeared in cinema. In 2005, a famous monster movie was released, King Kong. This film takes place on a mysterious and extremely dangerous island known as Skull Island. Skull Island is presented as a lost world where ancient creatures still exist. Gigantic predators, strange reptiles, and unknown species live there far away from modern civilization. Among the predators of that island is a creature known as the Virex. The Virex clearly resembles a Tyrannosaurus rex, but its exact origin is never fully explained. This creates a very interesting possibility. If we look at the Jurassic universe, we learn that InGen cloned several Tyrannosaurus rex individuals on Isla Sorna during the early experiments. According to some data books and fan research, InGen cloned around 7 original Tyrannosaurus individuals. However, when we actually count the Tyrannosaurus dinosaurs that appear in the Jurassic storyline, the number seems to be higher. Some of the known Tyrannosaurus individuals include Rexy, Buck, Doe, Bull, Big Eatie, Amber, and a Tyrannosaurus that later became something known as Indominus Rex after undergoing severe mutation. However, there is an important detail here. Amber was actually cloned much later, around the year 2010. This means Amber was not part of the earliest Tyrannosaurus group. So if Amber is removed from the list of the original clones, there may still be another Tyrannosaurus whose identity remains unknown. And this is where the Virex becomes important. If one of the original Tyrannosaurus clones was taken away for mutation experiments, it could eventually evolve into something very different from a normal T-Rex. A heavily mutated Tyrannosaurus could develop a new body structure, stronger jaws, and more aggressive behavior. Over time, that mutation could transform the dinosaur into a completely new species. This leads to the theory that the Virex from King Kong, 2005, may actually be one of the original Tyrannosaurus clones that underwent extreme mutation. As this both movies is of Universal. But the theory becomes even more interesting when we think about the location of those experiments. Where would InGen conduct dangerous mutation research far away from the public? A remote island would be the perfect place. And Skull Island would be an ideal location for secret experiments. It is isolated from the world, extremely dangerous, and filled with prehistoric wildlife. If genetic mutation experiments were happening there, almost nobody would discover them. That means the Virex could be the result of those early mutation experiments performed by InGen on Skull Island. But the Virex may not be the only creature affected by these mutations. Another terrifying species on Skull Island is the skullcrawler. Skullcrawlers are massive reptilian predators that look somewhat like giant lizards. Their exact origin is also unknown. This leads to another theory. What if skullcrawlers were originally normal reptiles or lizards that became gigantic monsters due to extreme genetic mutation? If InGen experimented with mutation on Skull Island, local reptiles might have been exposed to unstable DNA modifications. Over time, those animals could grow larger, stronger, and far more aggressive than their natural forms. That would explain why Skull Island is filled with strange and terrifying creatures that seem different from normal prehistoric animals. And if InGen continued their mutation experiments, the future could become even more dangerous. More powerful mutated dinosaurs could eventually be created. Creatures far stronger than anything we have seen before. Monsters like Indominus Rex, human hybrid dinosaurs, or some unknown hybrid predators could exist somewhere in secret laboratories. Some of them might already have been created. And if they are too dangerous to be controlled, they might have been moved to another hidden island somewhere in the world. An island where these experimental creatures could survive far away from humanity. Maybe one day in the future of the Jurassic universe, we might discover that these creatures are real. Maybe somewhere in the ocean there is another island filled with experimental dinosaurs and mutated monsters. Creatures that were created by the same technology that first brought dinosaurs back to life. And if that day comes, we might finally learn the true origin of the mysterious predator from King Kong, 2005. Because the Virex might not just be an ancient dinosaur that evolved naturally. It might actually be one of the earliest mutated Tyrannosaurus experiments created by InGen. A forgotten experiment that survived on Skull Island. King Kong is also believed to be a result of extremely intense mutation. The modern story of Kong began with King Kong 2005, which was released under Universal Pictures. According to this idea, Kong might originally have been a normal gorilla, but due to extremely powerful genetic mutations and experiments by InGen, its DNA changed drastically. Because of these heavy mutations, the creature evolved far beyond a normal animal and transformed into a gigantic, kaiju-like gorilla standing over 100 meters tall. If you like this information and my theory, then like and subscribe and let me know and comment what you want to see next on my channel.